All right, Harmon, this is our first skill lesson for our kindergarten, first and second grade. Welcome to PE class. My name is Mr. Keys. This is Carmen, my daughter. She's a third grader, and you might see Kit in this as well. Carmen, can you introduce Kit? She might have some PE class with us as well. And she's got her socks. The equipment you need your body, and you need some socks. So the original plan was we were all using bean bags, but all of us are home at this point. And so I figure everybody at least has a pair of socks. They don't even have to be yours. Just find some socks, roll them up into a ball. We can pretend like this is our ball or bean bag. We're going to do an activity today that focuses on moving our body in a variety of different ways. We're going to spend about a minute on each one of these varieties. You feel free to spend longer if you would like. Feel free to do this outside. I'm doing it inside so you can hear me better and maybe see me a little bit better, but always good to get outside as well. I'm glad that you can join me. Let's go ahead and get started. So again, you need that sock ball that you're going to make up. You need a personal space or an area that you can use. First thing we're going to do is walking. And so let me put my camera down. I'm going to put a clock so we can tell when that minute is up each time. So I'm going to start my clock. I'm going to put my sock ball on the ground, and we're just going to practice walking around in our area, in our open area. So Kit and Carmen and me are all just walking. And so sometimes for our little ones, walking is kind of a difficult skill because you want to run. Walking isn't fast. And walking is where you always have at least 1 foot on the ground at all times. So I know some of you might have had a chance to go to a pool. And a lot of times, like my kids got in trouble for, please walk at the pool. So if you always have at least 1 foot on the ground, then you know you are walking. You can walk forward, backwards. You can do kind of like a side slide walk. You can practice walking over top of your sock, over top of a friend's sock. Maybe putting something on the ground. When we get to school, it's really important that we walk in the hallways. Okay. All right, next, we're going to move on to our next activity. We're going to work on jogging. So jogging is a little bit faster than walking. It is where you have one leg suspended in the air at a time. So when you're jogging, obviously that's a little faster, something you might want to do outside. In general is when we do it outside. Scrolling down so you can see my feet a little bit here. So jogging, you can see at some points in time, both feet might be in the air. It's a little faster. You got to be a little bit more careful when you're jogging. You can practice jogging in and out, making some zigzags outside of your socks or inside of your socks. So we're just jogging around for that whole minute. We're getting our heart beating a little bit faster. Gotta be careful we don't run into anything or anybody. You can do circles, zigzag in and out. All right, friends, next one we're gonna work on is galloping. All right, so galloping, really important things to pay attention to. You wanna have both feet facing forward. You want to have your chest facing the same direction that your feet are chasing. So Kit's got it lined up, I got it lined up. You're going to take 1 foot, you're going to extend it out in front. The other foot, you're going to play tag with that and tag the back of that front foot. So forward, tag, and then you can start to do it a little bit faster. It's going to look like this. It's going to sound like this. So sometimes you call a gallop like what a horse does. I'll show it to you when I'm coming your way. Now it looks like this. You can practice using both feet as the starter foot. All right, we're at a minute there with gallop. Again, you can extend this and go a little longer if you would like. It's up to you. All right, next one we're going to work on leaping. This one's really tough for a lot of my students. The concept is when you leap, you're starting on 1 foot, and that's why I have the sock ball down, and I'm going to leap over top of my sock ball and land on the other foot. So you start on one, land on the other one. 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 So the animal that I use in the gym that I talk about is, I say leap like a deer. So you pretend like you see a deer leaping over one of those fences as your car comes by, and hopefully you're safe enough that we're not hitting the deer. But again, leaping on one foot, land on the other foot. That's what I'm looking for with leaping. Next one, we're gonna go, this one's real similar to galloping. This one's side slide. So you're gonna take your feet, this time you're gonna go sideways. So extend out one foot and then tap your other foot. So you're just sliding back and forth. You can practice sliding in one direction, slide in another direction. You can drag your foot along the ground next to it. You can do like Carmen and go a little faster when you're side sliding. You can practice sliding in and out of the socks. Again, we're moving sideways, getting some of that hip action. So many times in our lives we're going front to back, and it's good to get different muscles working in different planes, in different directions, and that's side sliding. All right, next one we're going to work on is jumping. So you think of a frog, you think of a rabbit, you think of a kangaroo. When you jump, you start on 2 feet, land on 2 feet. Start on 2 feet, land on 2 feet. You can jump forwards. You can jump backwards. You can jump over things. You can start really high. You can start at a medium level and jump. You can start like a frog at a really low level and jump. And so I want you to have fun with it, pretend being those different animals in a dynamic setting, practice jumping over different things. You can see how high you can jump. You can put something out like a small object, or like my stairs over here. I could practice jumping and landing on my stair, okay? And so I want you to have fun with it, make some of your own moves up with it. Next one is hop. Hopping is different than jumping because, Carmen, can you show them? Yeah. You're hopping on one foot. Again, you have those socks out on the ground. You can practice hopping in and out of those socks. You could see how many times you can hop in a row. So again, hopping is on one foot at a time. And so that one is a little bit higher skill than jumping, and it's hard to keep those two separate. One of our skills in the gym is you're going to be able to do those things on your own. If I just ask, hey, I want to everyone show me your hopping skills, everyone show me your jumping skills, you're going to know the difference. Again, hopping's on that 1 foot. You can see how high you can hop. You can see how far you can hop. You can put some chalk out and see if you can measure those distances there. All right, next one we're going to work on. We're going to work on toss and try is what I called it. And our focus or our outcome is that you can catch a soft object. So you're going to be able to catch a soft object. The first one you're going to do is just practice tossing up and catching. Tossing up and catching. So again, this might work better outside. I have pretty tall ceilings in the room that I'm in right here, so it's not a problem. All right, notice when I'm catching, I call it my spider person fingers. So I pretend like I have sticky fingers, and I'm going to catch with my fingers, not with my body. So catching with my fingers only if I can. So I'm tossing, catching, tossing, catching. You can have fun with it. Toss high, toss low. It's up to you. Again, you can go longer than a minute. It doesn't have to be a sock ball. It could be any type of ball. All right, next one, challenge for you. I want you to toss and clap before you catch it. Toss, clap before you catch it. Good job, Carmen. Toss and clap before you catch it.
I spit really high.
Toss, clap one time before you catch it. Toss, clap, catch. Toss, clap, catch. Toss. Ooh, that one I got really high.
How far can you get?
Pretty high. You could try to move around while you're toss, clap, catching. So you're moving at the same time. Ooh, Carmen threw hers way far away. So for this skill, you need to make, when you toss, you need to make sure you toss and catch pretty close to where you're landing there. All right, next one, you're going to try tossing. How many times can you clap before you catch? So try to set your own record. How many times? I got 2, 3. Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
I'm up to 3. 4, 5. It's going to depend if you're inside. Obviously, you're going to be a little bit more limited. If you're outside, you can go further. And obviously, if you're kindergarten, you're still learning how to count. So we're going to get, throughout this year, some math, some reading in with the clock. Obviously, we're learning how to use the clock to judge time. So we definitely want to integrate all of our different subjects.
Oh, yeah, I did it for 3.
Carmen got 3. Okay, cool. Our next challenge is, let's see. Oh, see if you can do it with your dominant hand only. So your other hand, put it in your pocket, put it behind. I'll put mine behind my back. So your dominant hand, I'm going to use these terms throughout this year, is the hand that you write with, that you brush your teeth with, that you pick your nose with. Hopefully not, especially with all this, we're trying to get the germs, right? But I know us kindergartners, first grade, second grade, sometimes we have a little issues with that.
Volleyball.
Okay, so with our dominant hand, our other hand, we're not using. So you toss and catch. Toss and catch. Only that one hand. Maybe you can't right now. That's okay. It's a skill we're learning. If everybody did everything perfect, we wouldn't bother doing this. All right. Next, non-dominant hand. The one that is not your favorite. You don't brush your teeth with this one.
Pick your nose.
You don't pick your nose with this one. You're non-dominant. So you're trying to toss and catch with that one. It's a little bit more difficult. At least for me, this one's a little bit more difficult. It feels a little funny. It's not my favorite one. Tossing, catching as best you can. You can challenge yourself, tossing it up further. Again, I'm trying to catch it with only my hand. If at first you have to catch with your body and your hand, that's okay. But if you're a little higher skilled, you're going to only use your hand to catch the ball with. All right, next one. This one's a little bit more challenging. You could use 2 hands for this. You're going to toss, do what's called a 360-degree turn, then catch. So I'm going to toss, spin, catch. 360 means all the way around. 180 would be halfway around. So we're trying to full circle. Toss, spin, catch. Maybe that's too easy for you. You might want to try to spin the other direction. Or you can try just with one hand, toss, spin, catch. So it's up to you. Almost ran into Carmen, so I was a little worried there. All right, so again, toss, 360 degree, catch, toss, spin, catch. All right, for our next one here, you're going to put it on your foot, on top of your foot, and you're going to try to toss and catch to yourself. This one's obviously a little bit more challenging. So you're putting it on top of your foot, you're going to toss and catch. On top of your foot. Up and catch. Yeah. Carmen, can you do it? So you put your sock there, toss and catch. Ooh, close. Good try. Ooh, good try.
It keeps like falling off the head.
Yeah, sometimes it falls off. Maybe you gotta pinch it in your toes. And if you can't catch it, that's okay. You're just trying to work on that skill. Again, if we did everything perfect, we wouldn't bother being here. All right, and then our last one we're gonna try is, can you hit and catch? So toss, hit, catch. Toss, hit, catch. Toss, hit, tap it, and catch it. Carmen's trying to do. Okay, that's another variation.
It's a couple.
Yeah, can you do it a couple times in a row? And then catch it. Toss, hit a couple times in a row, then catch it. Toss a couple times in a row, catch it. Toss a couple times. Or you can maybe try tossing, hitting. So there's a lot of different things that you can be able to do. It's up to you. I'm glad you joined me today. You also have our cool down yoga that you'll be working on. And then I have some other resources that you can do. We want to try to get that hour a day. One of the things that my kids like to do is ride the bikes, scooters. And so those are always good ways to get your activity in as well. So this is our first week's physical activity PE lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you again soon.